me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you fine now.
All right. Welcome to the show. And of course, we are honored, privileged, and blessed to have you here. GMAP Broadcast Network, one of our featured authors, Maurice, is on the line. And of course, for more intimate information and details, you can stop by our platform, GMAP1.com. And of course, click on the book cover, Looking for Trouble. And of course, it'll take you to the necessary location. Find out more intimate information and details about the author as well as the publication. Let me find out who this young man is. Maurice, if you don't mind, I want you to just simply come on in, introduce yourself, tell us who you are, tell us where you're from. Who is Maurice Hicks?
Yes, Maurice Hicks. I grew up in the city of Baltimore. I just wrote a book called Looking for Trouble, which is a true crime memoir about my life as a detective working in the city of Baltimore and Prince George's County.
Interesting.
As an introvert in Baltimore, pretty much stayed away from social interactions, a shy kid who had no interest in law enforcement. Pretty much lived under siege.
Yeah.
In the unforgiving streets of Baltimore. And I kind of try to make sense out of the environment I grew up in.
Wow.
And basically, my mother married a gentleman who didn't really care for me. Said I would never amount to anything, that I was retarded and things like that. So at age 11, I ran away from home. I would eventually end up at my grandparents' house. And I got thrown a lifeline by an unlikely source, who's my grandfather, who had spent most of his life in prison. And he made it his life mission to lift me up and instill a sense of values. And one of the things that he did that really helped me was he directed me to attend Sunday school. And I had something happen at age 11 that really changed the course of my life. And I lived across the street from these gentlemen that were selling heroin and shooting up heroin. So I would come out as a kid and I would see them shooting heroin every day. And I had a mentor that lived 2 doors down from me. And one day these individuals that were selling heroin broke into her home. And on the way back from my house with her property, one of the gentlemen, who was about 15 years old, he showed me his gun. And he motioned for me not to say anything. A few minutes later, my mentor came home and she asked me a critical question. She asked me, had I seen anything? And I hesitated and I said no. And I said no because I was afraid. And because we just didn't call the police. We had no confidence in the police. So I guess in sort of a fluke, I went down with a friend, I joined the Marines. 4 years later, in another fluke, I went down with a friend of mine, my cousin, who wanted to be a Baltimore City police officer. So fast forward 4 years later, I'm working full patrol in Donald Heights housing projects. I've run across a lady who's got her head down, and I talked to her about what's wrong. She told me that people broke into her home. So I go into her home, I'm a rookie, don't know much about investigations. And when I go into her home, I see everything is gone. Her 2 toddlers are sitting on the floor. So I asked her, I said, ma'am, you getting new furniture? And she said, you don't understand. Someone burglarized my home and he took everything. My food out of my refrigerator, my clothes, my children's toys, my Bible, my laundry detergent, the clothes off the clothesline. They took everything from me. So I said, well, who's investigating your case? And she said, I didn't call the police. And I said, why not? She said, because you all don't care about us. And I said, do me a favor, ma'am, look at me. I care. So again, I was a rookie, I didn't know much about investigations. So I started doing a neighborhood canvas of her neighborhood. And of course, just like in my case, everyone said they didn't see anything. So I go across the street and I look inside the window of our house and I see her property. So I run across the street, I grab her, I bring her to the residence and I point it out. She says, oh my God, those are my things. So I was able to find out the lady who lived there, recover most of her property. And then she still has some items missing. So I developed an informant who told me where the rest of her things were. So this was a turning point for people in that neighborhood. The word got around there was this rookie police officer who cared about the community. So people started coming to me with their unsolved crimes. And I started solving the cases for them.
Wow.
So I realized at that point, police work was a calling for me. That the incident I had when I was 11 years old happened for a reason. And it made a tremendous difference in that community. And that's when I just knew that, I was going to do 20 years in law enforcement.
Yeah. Wow. I tell you, man, I'm pretty excited. Looking for Trouble, your current publication, your current release, and I'm sure people could go in and find out more intimate information and details about the content of this publication. And of course, I'm excited. Now, I got to ask, is this actually your first release, or is this a follow-up to something that you've previously written before?
This is my first release. I'm about a quarter way through my second book, which is Looking for Trouble 2.
Wow. I'm excited.
Can I give you a little bit more information about the book?
Sure, absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Basically, the book talks about my life paralleling a drug kingpin. So I started as a rookie, run into an aspiring drug kingpin who becomes a drug kingpin. His life parallels mine. He goes up in the drug trade, and I go from being a detective, from street patrol to major narcotics to homicide into the FBI, in a 10-year journey trying to apprehend this individual.
Wow. I tell you, and one of the things that excites me is, I love when individuals really release information about an experience, something that has meaning. And of course, I'm going to be excited to hear more in detail about the upcoming release and upcoming publication. Now, outside of that and the process you went through, I know you got to be super excited. Why don't you tell our viewers and listeners how they can show their love, care, concern, and support, and purchase a copy, receive a copy? How is it they go about getting a copy of your current release?
Yes, my book is available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Apple iTunes, and Google Play. And also on FultonBooks.com. And you can also go to my website at lookingfortrouble2022.com.
Now, of course, we're not going to allow them to forget about little old GMAP down here in the lower left-hand corner of everything, right?
Absolutely. Yes, you can purchase it there. There's a link right on the website.
Now, if someone actually wanted to reach out and touch base with you on a more individual basis, maybe speak with you and find out more about what you're doing, who you are, and some of the things you experience, what's the process for them to do so? How can you be reached and contacted?
Sure, you can reach me by email at authormauricehicks@gmail.com. Again, that's authormauricehicks@gmail.com.
Oh, my God. Awesome information. And I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as I said before, Maurice is one of our featured authors on the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. All you got to do is simply stop by our platform, click on the tab that is simply titled Featured Authors. You'll see a copy of the current publication I'm showing you on our screen. Click that copy and it'll take you to the necessary location to find out more intimate information and details about the publication as well as the author. Now, of course, we are telling you, we are encouraging you, we are motivating you and inspiring you. Show your love, care, concern, and support. Share this information with all of your followers, your family, your friends. I mean, hey, let's face it. You share everything else on Facebook. Why not share this? So I tell you, it's a blessing. We want to know more in detail about what's going to be happening in the future. We're going to stay lined up and connected with Maurice. And again, we thank God for him. Now, Maurice, before I let you go, what I want to do is I want to just move over and give you the opportunity to speak to the people around the world, the viewers and listeners, from the heart, encourage them and explain to them why it is so important for them to go ahead and show their support for you and this publication. I'm going to move over and say, Maurice Hicks, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. A lot of readers say that the book show the humanity behind the badge. And people need to see officers in a different light, that we care about you. We're praying for your safety and the safety of your family. This book is a unique perspective of the trials and tribulations of the police officers, the suspects, and the citizens caught in between, and our commitment to improving the quality of life for the citizens of Maryland.
Thank you so much. Very well said. And of course, we're going to be looking forward to doing a follow up and finding out more details about how things are going. Definitely going to be inviting you back. So blessed. And of course, we know that you have our number, and I want you to know that you can always reach out to me here at the GMAP Broadcast Network. Let us know how we can continue to assist you in any way, shape, form, or fashion. You know, we'd love to be a part of your journey, and I want you to know, pick up that phone, give us a call, and when you do so, I want you to also know that the answer will always be yes, and you will never have to ask me twice, okay?
Thank you so much, Pastor. It's been a pleasure being here.
Man, the pleasure is all mine. I'll be in touch with you. Thank you so much for joining us. Maurice Hicks, Looking for Trouble. He's one of our featured authors here on the GMAP Broadcast Network. Don't forget, stop by our platform, click on that tab that's simply titled Featured Authors, and of course, you're going to hear and see more intimate information and details about the author as well as the publication. Now, before I let you go, I understand that you also have a business that you've generated out of all this. Why don't you briefly tell us about that before I let you go?
Yes, I'm a private investor in the state of Maryland. The name of the company is Global Investigative and Security Solutions. We do private investigation and private security. I've been a PI for about 20 years. I was a PI in Las Vegas, 15 before coming here.
Wow. And of course, we're excited about that as well. And we want to encourage you that if you, in fact, may, need any of the services, I'm going to make sure that I put that information on our site as well in our partners area, so you'll be able to reach out to Maurice. Maurice, we thank you so much for being here. Want you to have a fantabulous rest of your day. Be blessed and continue to be a blessing, and continue to move forward on your journey to assist others in the way and give them the resources that they need in order to stay on top of some of the things. Looking for Trouble, Maurice Hicks, right here live on the GMAP Broadcast Network. Maurice, we appreciate you. We look forward to talking to you again soon, and you continue to have a fantabulous rest of your day, all right?
Thank you, Pastor. Blessing to you and your family.
Thank you so much, man. God bless you. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Maurice Hicks right here on the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. Yours truly, Pastor Kevin, doing what I love because I love what I'm doing right here, and I'm on the show.